What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. So I'm assuming you've all seen the reveal video now. Finally I was able to get that out with lockdown and everything. It was basically I've had this bike for, it was just after Christmas I think, and then obviously we went into a lockdown and all sorts happened, but anyway, we're finally on it. The 790 Duke. Why I chose it, that'll be in another video. I will tell you off the bat, I've spent a load of money on this already, but this is how it came. Okay, I haven't touched it ish, pretty much. This is how I bought it. It did come with this kind of touring screen, whatever you want to call it. I will be taking that off, but I wanted it just so when I do some bigger trips, like another Euro trip or whatever, I've got that. And this will be staying on for when I take the missus on, because she likes this, but I'll have a solo seat for it already, so that will be coming off, and these will be coming off when I'm on my own. Obviously tail tidy, everything, we've got all those bits coming. First impressions of this bike, for starters, let's get off it. It's tiny. It is an absolutely tiny bike. I think if you were unexperienced, you didn't really know about bikes, you'd probably confuse it for a 125. The fact they compacted a 790 or 799cc engine into that is bonkers. It fucking is bonkers. And the weight, it just doesn't weigh anything. It's so freaking light. Just chucked it around, you know. Obviously working at this place, I'm moving bikes around the time, and this thing's a pleasure to move around. Obviously it came with this comfort seats, which I think if you get one, I would definitely recommend going for one. When this bike was first released, I was like, yes, that is when it was the prototype, I was like, yes, that is the bike I'm having. Then they released this and I was like, a bit let down, kind of went off of it for a little bit. And me and Sam went over to the MCN festival. I'll see if I can throw in some clips here and there, and I saw it again. We sat on it, and he made fun of this panel gap here, and he was fucking flexing all these bits, and I sat on it and I was like, this is nice. But the first thing I noticed was how uncomfortable that seat was. It's so hard, and personally I find like I'm sat right up against the tank. But this comfort seat seriously made such a difference. It's crazy. I do love comfort seats. I had one on my Ducati, but seating position in general, being sat upright, pegs down, it's quite comfortable. But I think after about, I haven't done any long trips on it yet, but I've done about, what was my commute, about 40 minutes. I haven't got any troubles with it then. Probably about after 2 hours it might come a bit uncomfortable for me. I don't know if it's personally me. I had the same problem with the Vitpillen. I felt like I was crushing my balls on that thing, but that had clip-ons on. This isn't not as bad. The next thing I noticed was the kickstand. Trying to get that kickstand down, I find can be an absolute pain sometimes. What else? Oh, when I got the bike delivered, had a bit of a charging issue, so it was coming up when the mobiliser fell. Chuck it on charge overnight, and I haven't had a problem since, so that's not a major deal. The amount of settings in this is just ridiculous. So when I bought it, just over 4,000 miles, about 12.4 voltage. That's today's date, Mother's Day. Anti-wheelie mode, launch control, slipper adjust, throttle response, quick shift, DRL, MSR. We got the fucking all of it. It's nuts. The next thing I noticed, I'm trying to go with what I noticed. It's a bit unfair because it's not actually my first ride, but I'm still very, very new to this bike. But next thing I noticed was the throttle response. Being throttled by wire, I've tried to keep it in ray mode. I've just switched it to street mode for this video, but that throttle is very sensitive. It takes a little bit getting used to after about a ride or two. You're perfectly used to it, but coming off the Bandit onto this, it was something to get used to. I felt I was like jerking a little bit, but you just like with any bike, you get used to it and you can smooth it out a little bit, and I haven't had a problem since. I have once put it to track mode, and that was a bit bonkers, so I'll leave that for a nice sunny summer's day. When I first had it, they had the quick shifter and everything turned off. It is the smoothest. I've ridden aftermarket quick shifters now, and they are not smooth. They're a bit jerky. This is something else. This is so smooth, the gearings. The gearbox is fantastic on this. So even now, just sat on it, I'm nice and comfortable. But I don't know. I feel like I'm sat up against the tank for some reason. The mirrors will be coming off, but they work. They're pretty good. They ain't bad. They're Duke mirrors. It's nice to be actually back on a Duke. All the switch gear is nice and easy to use. I found that straight away. I was able to go straight into this. Super duper easy. Brakes are fantastic. I would recommend, if you're going to spend money on it, you can put the Super Duke Master Cylinder on. I would recommend it. I don't know if I'm going to go to it because I don't mind the brakes. I'm not a massive fan of ABS, I'll be honest. Turn this off for a little bit. That's personally me, because I've gone from bikes that wasn't ABS, and I'm used to, I like being able to know when I'm going to brake, instead of computer telling me when to brake. I feather the brake. I know I'm not going to lock up the rear. I've got that enough experience, but it's nice having that, I suppose. And got to switch my brain now to think, just grab a lot of brake, you'll be fine. And then if I go to ride something else, you got to switch your rein back. But everything seems pretty good quality. I've got some ACF 50 to spray over it at some point. I got to give it a massive clean, but everything's pretty good. The Maxxis tyres I never had. They were Bridgestones when I bought the bike. God, is there anything else before I start on the move? No. Sound wise, it sounds better in person than in any video, I thought. And the exhaust I've got coming, I've spent a silly amount, the most I've ever spent on exhaust for this thing, because this is my baby. And well, when it gets here, I put in the pre-order a long time ago. So as I said, I've had this since Christmas. I put in the order on New Year's Day. So and it's still not here. So yeah, it's going to be a beast. But just, you'll never get quite how nice this bike sounds. Lights are fantastic on this thing at night. Seriously, they're fucking nuts. The lights are nuts. All the switchgear lights up, which is the Duke thing, which I fucking love. Other than that, yeah, let's get onto it and pretend it's my first ride. Now, it is my first ride on street mode, so we'll see what that's like. Yeah, it's getting used to that throttle. It's the ride-by-wire is definitely something to get used to. You've never ridden one. The flickability, oh my god, this bike's so light. It's just, I mean, you want to do a U-turn. Ooh, don't put your foot down. Yeah. And again. Oh, he went over the line that time. But he's so nimble. The turn circle on it's fantastic. You ready? I'll do a little blip up here. Quick shifter, ready? Watch. It's so smooth. Even like just the bike itself is so smooth for a parallel twin. It's ridiculous. All the switchgear feels nice. Oh, it's so nice. The clutch is nice and light. It's not a hydraulic clutch, but it's not a super stiff clutch. The Bandit had quite I think it had a racing clutch or something in it. Super duper stiff. As I said, brakes are bonkersly good. I love the sound, especially, put it into like 4th gear, and then it's that low growl is so fantastic. The electrics on it is bonkers. It's seriously, even the rear brake on this is fucking good. I've not really had a bike that had a decent rear brake on it. But look, I need to go this way, so it was all rear brake. ABS was kicking in, but it was a good brake. Suspension, I think, is absolutely fine. As I said, I'm put this through. I'm no, specialist. I'm not no test rider. I'm no, fucking 44 teeth. I ain't none of that. If you want to watch a professional ride it and test ride it, go watch them. This is just, your average Joe. Someone that I've had 13 bikes. I work at a bike dealership. I know somewhat, but I'm no specialist. But for me, the suspension is absolutely fine. I've not had a problem with it. It's not too firm. It's not too soft. Don't know how you'd want to set it up for track. It's not adjustable, but you probably want some different. If you're going to go hardcore on it, then go for it. But for me, this is everything. The power on it For street mode, yeah, I thought there'd be a little bit more torque. I'm not saying there's not torque, there's plenty, but in street mode I thought there'd be a little bit more. You have got sport mode, you've got rain, street, sport and track. Track mode is just bonkers, it really is, it's nuts. I love that mode, but it's for a sunny day. These tyres take a while to warm up, and the traction control just seems to kick in every time I want to use it. So you can turn anti-wheelie off. At the moment on street mode I've got everything turned on, but no, like, it's not slow by any means. It's definitely power wheelies, let's put it that way. Turn the anti-wheelie mode off. It's you know, it's just so fun. The electrics on it is fantastic as well. Downshifting, the engine braking's just absolutely just enough that you'll ever need. You know, you won't need any more. Pop it up here. See, look, I'm not using any brakes. This is all engine braking. Look at that. It's plentiful. Handling is just, you know, you look where you want to go and you're gone. Oh, I'm not going that lane. It just makes you so confident, this bike. It's just, it will get me into trouble, I think, eventually. Trying to be careful at the moment, but it's just, it is nuts. I love it. I love it. It's definitely the best bike I've ever had, hands down. You know, it's better than the Caddy, it's better than the Gixxer. This is definitely the best bike I've ever had, easily. Yeah, I think, you know, you get used to that throttle. I mean, if I switch it, I mean, you do this all on the move. I shouldn't be, but I know where everything is, so I don't even have to look anymore. And then roll off like that. There you go. Did you see? You saw how I jerked back then. So that shows it's got plenty of torque. You switch it to sport mode, it's getting used to that throttle now. It's ridiculously sensitive, but the torque is nuts. TFT dash is, you know, super easy to read. Also, that's no problem. It's absolutely beautiful. I don't know. I can't think of anything bad about this bike. I'm trying to think of anything bad on my first ride, but noticeably, you know, it's just an amazing bike. It really fucking is. I think ABS does kick in a little bit too soon, personally, but I don't know. Who's to say? I'm no specialist. Everything's just nice on it. It's everything where you want it to be. It's, you got handfuls and handfuls of power. It's super smooth. You can downshift without using the clutch. What else do you want? Like, seriously, this bike is 10 out of 10 for me. Fuck it is. It's fucking awesome. And the acceleration is nuts. I will do a 0 to 60 when Henstridge is back open, the drag racing strip, or air strip, but it's a drag event. I'll be going to that, see what we can beat with this thing. But fucking, I love this thing. I really do. Really do. I mean, if you've got any questions for it, you know, feel free to put it in the comments. But as a first ride, I'll be honest, I should have planned this video a bit better, but I wanted to get out. You know, you get a chance to get out on it finally, and I wanted to do this as quick as possible. But first impressions of it, really, I've ridden it, I said I've had it for Christmas, but it's, you know, it's been insured, but it's been sawn in my garage because I've had to bandit. So I've only recently just got out on it, so everything is still, you know, really new to me. I think, yeah, the only thing you got to get used to is that ride by wire. Other than that, it's really easy bike to ride. It's so nimble. Can I get through here? Let's find out. Yes, we can. Nice and narrow. As I said, it's like a fucking 125. But yeah, seriously, this bike is nuts. It really fucking is nuts. Now, I might not have the highest top speed, but for me, I've done the fast stuff. I've had my Gixxer 1000. I've definitely come to realise that for the road, torque is king. You know, it just is. And, you know, as I said, I want to do other videos, but I didn't want to quite go Super Duke. It's not for me. This was everything I needed it to be. KTM's first parallel twin, they've killed it. They really have. The sound of it is fantastic. I can't wait to see what the exhaust is going to sound like. This bike very much reminds me of the Husqvarna Nuda, RJ. You know, he's inspired me and many others, and I think the Husqvarna is a very rare bike, and I think if there's a bike that comes close to it on the day, you know, this is very similar. Just you get a handful of extras with the electric. So yeah, it was sorry, fucking fly up my nose. It seriously is for me. We'll give it one little blast up here, and then I'll leave you be and get ready for a shit ton of videos, because I've got so many planned. I think I've got about 40 videos all prepared for. So good. I wanted the light to go red so I can show you what the acceleration is like. But yeah, this bike's awesome. I keep saying that, I keep repeating myself. I said I'm no specialist, so if you want to see a review, go watch someone else. But this is, you know, the average Joe. I think this is more than you'll ever need, and for the price, it's fucking bonkers. I bought this bike, it was pretty much going to be without seeing it. When I saw eBay on it, and with lockdown and everything, I was just going to buy it. I put the deposit down without seeing it, and I bought it without riding it. And did I regret any decision? Definitely not. It's more than anything I would hope for. If you get a chance to ride one, and I think you'll want one after it. It's seriously, bike is mind-blowing. Okay, I think it's that 100 brake horsepower mark is everything you need for the road. Just the way it's so flickable, and the way and how they've compacted everything, it really is bonkers. Really is. I'm just hoping it doesn't come down with any KTM faults or anything like that. So, you know, my Duke wasn't the most reliable, but they were all made in India with, was it Baja or whatever, and that portion of the company. This is all made in Austria, and I really hope it can keep me smiling. I really think it will. You know, my other bikes, I've got bored of them. I don't know, I wouldn't say got bored, something I got bored of, but you know, I was always upgrading, and then I got my G1000, and then it was like, well, I can't get any faster than this. Not really, not on the roads. And then I found that torque was my friend. Got my supermoto and everything else, and I just found this is the in-between. You know, I spent a lot of my money I spent a lot of money on that supermoto, and it fell through, as you all know. But if you put the supermoto into a street bike, I think this would be it. Obviously you can get the SMCR or whatever, but as a naked bike, this is it. I love it. I fucking do. Guys, if you are not subscribed, and a majority of you are not, you've got to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe right now. It's totally free, you know, you don't have to pay anything, just click a button. Okay, most of you signed in, you got an account, so you might as well just, you know, just tap it, get me to 10k, we'll do some giveaways. I want to do some giveaways anyway. Follow my Instagram, because that's probably where most of the giveaway stuff will be, because it's nice and easy on there. What else can I plug? Everything. Plug everything. We love it. We love it. Lockdown is coming to an ease. But when the summer's here, oh, you better be ready. Oh. Alright, I love you and leave you. I've been talking way too much, and I haven't really made any sense, so yes, enjoy your day, enjoy Mother's Day. I'm going to spend the rest of it now with my mother, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.